Yo, what's up, Cindy? Doing some work today. Trying to make some money. Let's see. I've come to this place several times trying to get in touch with this lady. I know her name. I know what she does. I just can't get in touch with her. I've tried shamelessly. And here I am again. Oh, it sucks some days when I have to do this. But I've won some good deals just by being persistent and keeping on, and oh, it's aggravating. It's the life of a salesman, though. I signed up for it. Let me see. Just trying to face it this way because I'm gonna go run in here real quick. Let me see. All right. Never quit. Yep. I don't, but sometimes it's hard. It's like I'm walking in with egg on my face, you know. But I will go give a card and a flyer and say, "Hey, Miss Lori," or "Can you pass this to Miss Lori?" That's what I do. Here, this guy's a salesman right here, right next to me, just coming out. All right, I'll be right back. Well, and there you go. There you go. That's a good example of persistence pays off, man. I was just telling Cindy, I've been going to this place for a year now and haven't been able to talk to this lady. I walk in today, rang the doorbell, and they said, or the lady's like, "Oh, I actually work with her. I'll pass this off to her today." There you go. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to make a sale off of it, but at least it's a step in the right direction. You know, I have no ties to this lady. I haven't talked to her at all. So to hand off that piece of paper to somebody that actually works directly with her is good. What's up, Mr. Stepper? Mr. Stepper, are you from Texas? What up, Space Miner? Swagger. What up, Kenny? There's a few of y'all in here today. What am I selling? Nuts and bolts. Industrial supplies, stuff like that. Canada. What's up, man? What part? You speak French? But yeah, Space Miner, I sell like industrial supplies to big manufacturers like you will see right here. I try to sell them all of their nuts and bolts for everything that they build. So like you can see this thing's like a city block long. And it's pretty deep too. They probably spend $400,000 or $500,000 worth of fasteners a year, if I had to guess, just based off of the size of the building and how many cars are here. But one thing I've kind of found as a metric to while I'm prospecting is I take their revenue, I look up on like Dun & Bradstreet or Zoom Info, whatever I can find what they made last year, and I take 1% of that, and that's what I guess that they spend in fasteners. So a $5 million client, you do the math. I usually try to only work with businesses that make over $10 million a year, because then I know that they have about $100,000, fastener spend. But I really want to be with, $50 million companies. That's where I really feel like I can make the most money. Who's new in here? I see a lot of familiar faces other than Mr. Steppa. Who's new in here? Oh, there's a professional baseball stadium up here. We got the West Michigan Whitecaps. They're the single A affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. It's kind of cool. Got a pretty nice stadium for a single A team. You've been on, nice. Like, are you posting content, or you just mean like you've been just like playing around on it? Try to make it focus. Is that a little bit better? Hey, that's cool. What kind of content, Mr. Stepper? But yeah, Space Miner, it's actually kind of a dynamic answer there too, because to be quite honest, I don't understand the tariffs enough to really like, I try to do less importing in general just because I don't like going overseas for fasteners. I'd rather work with American companies, but for one, we're having to, price 30, 40, 50, 60% more on fasteners just to cover our ass. Everything. That's cool, man. I kind of post whatever I'm feeling for the day, whatever I'm doing, hanging out with my kids, whatever, But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like businesses are being quoted more for, work that can be done here. I think that's increased. Like, as far as, like, the manufacturing itself, I think they're getting more quotes. I'm getting a lot more, like, spot buy opportunities for my clients where they're going outside of their, like, normal product range. 30+%. What are you importing? You're just talking about like silver, the stuff you're making, or for work? But yeah, I don't really know the true answer to that tariff question, man. I don't really know what it's gonna mean. I wasn't, really doing anything importing last time that tariffs were involved, so I didn't really see it then either. But Oh yeah, the osmium. So do you do anything to it when you get it? Or like, cause I saw the, where you had set it into some silver coins. Do you process it or does it come like a gem look like that? That's cool. How many views you got, man? I think I'm about to cross over 20,000 views this week. Not that crazy, but for me not really putting that much effort into it, I'm okay with that. 40K, wow. Good for you, man. You only been doing it a month? Oh, wow. What was the short about? Semi-finish. Do you just polish it, or? Oh, vroom, vroom. Yeah, what's the short about, though? Ready to use. Yeah, I need to check out some more of your videos, man. There's a few of the homies that, like, I just don't get notifications for whenever their videos, when y'all post them. But yeah, the metals is always going to be something I'm into. Even like in video games and everything, I've always been a smither, and I always liked it. And now I got a furnace to smelt copper, so I'm gonna make some copper bars. What up, GP? This lady's having a good morning drive. Look at her with the top down and everything. Hell yeah. Here. There you go. I got you one. Space Miner. Yeah. There we go. That's a little clearer. Yeah, you know the Deltaplex GP in Grand Rapids? Ski Town. What's that? Is that like Eastern MC? But yeah, the Deltaplex, where the Gold used to play, or the Grand Rapids Drive. Building something in the parking lot here. I don't know what it is. Let's go take a look. What they building? What they building? Who's even on the job? Is it Visor Brothers? That's the town in general. I don't even know what Ski Town is. Never even heard of it. Yeah, Visor Brothers. Looks like they're getting it done. Yeah, I'm actually going to a company right now that is a sister. Yeah, I'm going to a sister company of a company I work with now and let them know. Didn't know that. You know, I've actually seen, now that you see that, I think I've seen Ski Town Tavern or something like that. Ski Town something. I wasn't thinking about it, but I think I have seen that. like the ski and muskie going. I rented a trailer from this U-Haul whenever I bought those go-karts. It was $20 for the whole day. I was like, wow, it's not bad at all. My elevator pitch for fasteners, nothing fancy, just I typically can save 20-30% when they switch over from a big box competitor. We're a local company, Michigan born, Michigan based. I don't really have a fancy elevator pitch because that's not how I sell. I'm not trying to dupe anybody or anything. I simply ask them, where are you getting your fasteners from currently? What kind of fasteners? What their main concern? If there's any issues with their current supplier. I don't really have anything to sell myself on other than if they've got an issue, I'll solve it. Our current supplier, their pricing's good, but, sometimes delivery isn't the greatest. Then that's whenever I'll say, okay, well, great. I'll buy a couple months worth of usage. I'll put it on the shelf and you won't ever have a disruption in your supply chain. That's kind of more how I sell. It's not really a sale, so to speak. I don't sell nothing. I just solve issues, offer solutions. Yeah, I mean, just that's the thing, though. It's not a pitch. It's just simply, I want to get to know them. If anything, I'll ask them more about their personal life than much about business until I get to know them. You see what motivates them. If they're a family person, well, words of affirmation and things like that, being told that they're doing a good job is probably going to rank high with them. If they don't want to talk about that and all they talk about is work, they're probably very focused on work, So that's how I gauge how I'm going to approach it. Yep, let me know. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, you're kind of the same thing. You're solving a problem, right? They got a tree that they want gone. You have the skill set to get rid of it. You put your offer on the table. You know what your minimum is, what you need to make for the day, and boom. Yep. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if I have to convince you to buy from me, then that means that I'm probably not the best source for you. And that's great for, initially growing sales and growing dollars and revenue. But if you want to partner in somebody that's going to come to you and not always look for the best price, but look for who's going to get it done for them and do what they say, that's what you really want. Most of my customers know that I'm not going to give them bottom dollar all the time because they're paying for a service. It's a premium service by partnering with me. They know that they're taken care of and their business isn't going to have any disruptions or slowdowns. That's what costs them the most money. $2-3 per 100 on a screw isn't going to matter when their line gets shut down that they're making $30,000-$50,000 an hour on. That's where they're going to feel the pain, is whenever their line gets shut down because the fastener that they ordered isn't in. So that's why I'll buy months worth of fasteners. I'll sit it on the shelf and boom. Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing is, I am in a service industry, and I'm only going to ever sell in a service environment because I want repeat business and consumables. Nothing I'll ever sell is a one-time purchase. So that's why I'll never focus on the product, because if I'm focusing on the product, that's typically a one-time sale. And if I'm focused on the product, I'm losing sight on managing their whole business and their whole, scope of work. I don't want just a part. I want your whole damn business. I want to sell everything that goes through that door. So, and if I can treat them that way and if there's times where I could sell them something, but I know a better place to go, sometimes I'll refer them there, and I'm considered more of a consultant rather than a salesperson. But I don't know exactly which street this one is. I think it's right up here on the right. I don't got my GPS because I'm live and this is where Meyer headquarters is. Project coordinator, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, 6%, bro. Put me on payroll for 6%. Call me when you need me to go bid on a job. Keep you on the job. You laugh, but I am trying to get to a point, man, where I'm kind of more of a freelance and I don't work for anybody, because I'm just getting to a point where I know my skill set can help multiple different types of businesses. And just working for one company, I feel like I'm unfulfilled. Yeah, man, it'd be sick if I had the, you know, if we could sit down and just really punch out the numbers and show me kind of what your minimums are. I can always make sure that I'm quoting your bare minimum, if nothing else. But I mean, I think I could sell some good jobs for you. Oh shit, I done passed it. No, it really ain't bad. And I mean, for the effort that I'd be putting into it, I think it's a very reasonable number. I mean, if I sell $1,000 job for you, you're not making a ton on $1,000. So $60, that's really it's not going to hurt you at the end of the day. You know, that's 3 hours of work technically it's like I would be on the job for 3 hours, but I sold the job instead. Right now, I get 3% of what I sell at my company, but I also get a salary. So that's why I came up with the 6%, because I'm like, you know, looking at the numbers, if I sold a $3,000 job for you, I would make $180. Yeah, what you're selling, Space Miner, is also kind of interesting because it's speculative, right? You know, it's likely to always go up, or to go up, continue to go up, but it's speculative, right? You don't really know what they're holding on to. They don't know what the value is going to be long term. So you also have to you sell with a little bit of emotion also, I'd imagine. All right, let's see where this goes. Is it dead end here? Because I really need to get to this back street. Yeah, speculative, yep. Yeah, but I mean, speculative kind of has a negative connotation because they're like, oh, well, you're kind of guessing what it'll be worth. But, you know, quite honestly, any investment that you make in general is speculative. There's really very few absolute return on investments you're ever going to get on your dollar. I mean, besides bonds and whatever, you know, but I mean, even then, that's 3%, 4% if you have a high yield interest account. I think I got one that's 4.5%, but that was, you know, that's not really the greatest because that's barely beating inflation. Sell. Focus on why we invest rather than what. Yeah. I mean, that ultimately, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, the what should change, right? You don't want to always invest in the same thing. You know, if you, maybe gold, maybe some of the precious metals, and like maybe the osmium, I don't know, but when you're investing in a commodity, that can change a lot because the retail trader is only a 0.7% of a market, just like a random number. But what's really influencing that is, you know, manufacturing and the global economy. So I don't know, it's just always hard to say. I'm always cautious of metals just because I don't understand it enough to invest. Why is gold a good metal? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and quite honestly, I don't know those answers. I just kind of, at the end of the day, I understand investing enough, but yeah, catch you later, GP. Appreciate you stopping in. I'm just since I'm going to be on the road by myself all day anyway, I usually just, it's fun to put the live up, see who pops in. I'm trying to make it less blurry. There we go. Hell yeah. Yeah, I just made a email address for the YouTube. It's my, from the 616 live at gmail.com. I'd be happy to hit you up, Space Miner. That'd be cool. I got it zoomed in so it's not so blurry, but it looks like I'm right up on his ass. All right, gotta get the street this time. Can't turn around. Well, yeah, I mean, the honest truth is, I don't know that I have money to even buy metals. I thought about like silver stacking. I also don't like the idea of there being anything to be stolen from me. You know what I mean? Like, if you broke into my house, you can't take my money because my money's in all these different places. You know what I mean? And I don't have any tangible money in my house. So it's like, I don't know. I've always just been I've wanted to get into it. But again, maybe if you tell me a little bit more, maybe I'll have a little bit better understanding too. I don't know, Maybe I haven't had the right, exposure to it, I guess, so to speak. And ain't got a single parking spot here. But yeah, I'm gonna go run in here real quick. Same deal. Y'all know the deal. I'll just chill, or I'll be back in a couple minutes. So I'm gonna go run in here, see if I can talk to this guy. You could type a book. Yeah, no, definitely, man. Like I said, take down the email, man, from the 616 live at gmail.com, and send me an email with your contact info. And dude, I'm on the road so much. I'd be happy to have a phone call, man. Just chat with you and pick your brain, see what your thoughts are and stuff, man. I'm always for expanding my either my knowledge or even just my curiosity, right? Like learn a little bit about something. But how you guys go treasure hunting and stuff, man, that shit's so cool. I wish I had, well, I guess I can't say I wish. I probably have something I could spend my time on, but it's just a cool thing. You can break into your house. Yeah, if you break into my house, you just hope that I'm sleeping, because I'll sleep right through it. But if my wife gets me up, you're in bad shape, man. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, so they're actually not in this building yet. They are leasing this building to Cheese Curls. There's a company that makes like Cheeto knockoffs here, which is right across the street, which kind of odd they're renting this building too. But he's like, oh, I'm actually not with XYZ company. I'm with Cheese Curls. Let's go. What the hell? Oh, Cheese Curls. RCG. What automation company they use? No, I don't get into automation or robots much. Now, the companies that make them, I do. I have a couple of automation clients. One of our biggest customers, I'm sure you heard of KUKA. We do some stuff with KUKA. Call for a great driving job. Yeah, leads on assembly equipment. Yeah, so there's also 3 salesmen in my area, me and 2 other guys. So there's also some kind of, I don't know. I always got to check who I'm calling on to make sure I'm not going into some of my colleagues' leads. So there's a little bit of that too, where I kind of have to be really focused on who I'm calling on. That's why you see I'm driving a little bit in between these spots. There's plenty of places I could stop, but it's kind of like I don't want to cross paths, you know what I mean? I don't want to be calling on the place that he's calling on, and so I got my days kind of planned out. But yeah, I mean, it's always good to ask for referrals and stuff too. I like asking my clients, like, hey, do you have any guys or any of your friends that are purchasing anywhere, blah, blah, blah. So, Space Miner, do you have a W-2 job, or do you just do the metals full time on your own? Just curious. And, I have to get too specific. I don't need to, know what company you work for or none of that. Just kind of curious what you do, how you spend your time, I guess. I gotta go west. Ah, that's right. I remember now. That's cool, man. That's really cool, actually. That's awesome. Self-contract, self-reliant, right? That's really cool, man. Yeah, their minivan's loaded with people. I might lose y'all when I go by the dump here in a bit. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, but man, it's not easy, bro. It seems easy, and like, you know, people give me a hard time because they're like, oh, you just dress nice and go talk for a living, but it's not easy to walk into these companies like that and like just see how I can, you know, change a company that's, like I said, most of the companies I deal with are 10 million or larger. You know, get an organization to make a change. That's like, it's quite a feat. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So why just let me as a random guy come in and change their business possibly to save them 10%? You know, sometimes I don't even save them money. I get them to switch to me, you know? Yeah, it's not easy, man, but it's cool that other people get that and respect it, because I feel like most people don't get it unless they've tried it, you know? Like you see, I mean, I'm driving all over the place. But I'm trying to make, you know, smart decisions with my time. Even though I'm driving, I'm trying to hit clients that are primed to let me get them set up with a new account, you know? I like getting the accounts open and getting a revenue stream immediately. Let's talk about pricing and stuff later. Let's get the account set up. Yeah, there's a lot of being on your toes, and I've said some shit in meetings where I'm just like, why did I say that? Like, oh my God, that was so dumb. Like putting your foot in your mouth in front of a room of you know, business executives. And they're like, when you say this, did you mean this? And I'm like, no, I didn't mean this. This is what I actually meant. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Oh God, I hate it. I'll like lose sleep over it at night, being like, why did I say that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're like, God damn it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've done that several times myself, man. Several times. You're like, why did I say that? Ah. This place I'm stopping at next is a medical device builder. I think they make like little carts for, you know, when the doctor comes in, it's like, oh, let's check your pulse, blah, blah, blah. I don't know exactly, because a lot of these places won't tell you exactly what they do because they don't want to have their competitors see what they do. So it's kind of hard to learn. You have to get inside and learn a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that's what they do. I know it's in the medical space, but is it still really blurry? I'm sorry, y'all. There we go. I have to put it a certain way or it'll shake so bad, you know? Alright, here we go. Oh, what do you know? I see one of my competitors here. See, this is a food processor here. Natural choice. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I know just enough to be dangerous at just about any type of business, so I don't like to assume too much about their business, because I've also done that where I've researched and blah, 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 going over and over it. And when I get there, it's not quite what I expected, or, I assume the wrong thing. So I try to keep somewhat of an open mind and kind of let the customer paint the picture for me. Let me ask the right questions, and they tell me what their business is, instead of me, going in and just be like, here, this is what I can do. Da, 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 da. I just saw on the door, though, it says salespeople, right? Right on this door, it says salespeople by appointment only. What do you think? Do you think that stops me? That's like a hunting license, basically. Oh. So that one, I was going to go in that door, and then I saw over at the other side, it says showroom. So I'm like, maybe I'll actually get somebody to talk to, because I can see in this door, and it's just a laptop at the front. So you got to check in and find your host or whatever. So I went to the showroom, but they're having a freaking meeting in there. And I kind of interrupted their meeting, so I hope it didn't leave a bad impression. But I'm like, hey, man, I'm really sorry. I didn't know who I should be talking to even schedule an appointment. I know it says appointment only, so. What up, Kenny? Yeah, but maybe it's left an impression, even if sometimes it's not the right one. They go, well, what the hell is that sales guy? What did he feel was so important that he needed to interrupt us? So you never know, man. But if you don't try, man, you'll never succeed, so. Oh, well. Next time I'll come in a disguise. That way they won't know it's me. I'll come in with one of those, like, mustache glasses. Rico Equipment Company. Ooh, Boudin Kalachi. Boudin Kalachi. I'd murder one of those right now. I haven't even eaten anything yet this morning. I try to go like only water till 10, but then by 10:30 I'm so freaking hungry. Yeah, I know plenty of people that just walk in Space Miner and they walk in, toss a card, and they're like, yep, I made a sales call. It's like, man, that ain't no sales call. You just checked a box. That didn't do nothing. And it's, to your point though, it's not even what you do inside, it's what you do after. It's the follow-up. Follow-up is where the real guy, real salespeople make their money. It's how they follow up and what they follow up talking about. Just sending a, hey, what's up email that's not follow-up, Yeah, I know, like, just feeling like they've been burned. But again, it almost begs that question, is that the right partner for you to invest with too? Because what if they don't see a return on their investment in a certain time, then they're mad at you, like, oh, well, you told me it was going to be 200% in 5 years. I'm not seeing any return yet. Whatever, I mean. Molly Maid. Yeah, sometimes you gotta be able to walk away from it too, I've walked away from deals before, just had a gut feeling that we probably weren't gonna really be happy at the end of it. Like, I had a $10,000 opportunity for some import clamps, and customer would have had to buy $600 worth of samples for a feasibility experiment, and if that $600 didn't work out, then would they be mad at me and then want me to give them that $600 back? So I just was like, you know what, guys, let's wait until the tariffs go away, let's requote this. You've got a source right now, and then basically I said no to the deal. Like, yeah, I would like that 10 grand, but it's a year's worth of fasteners. What if we get 6 months down the road and he stops buying them? So I've got 6 months worth of fasteners sitting on the shelf. So, there was some risk there that I'm just like, you know what? I don't want that. I don't even want to deal with that. Whatever. 10,000 for a year isn't going to change my life. You know what I mean? So. Yep. Absolutely, man. That's one thing I try to also preach, whenever I talk to guys younger than me in the industry, or any industry really, is, you know what? Actually, back up. Everything you do, anything you do, if you do it with integrity, you'll never regret it. And typically, you're only going to make better partners, better opportunities. So always operate with integrity. If you don't feel right about it, just don't do it. Sure, you might, miss the money or think about the money that could have been made, but you also won't have that regret of doing something that took you outside of you. Yep. You be scamming. You be getting scammed, Kenny. You don't be scamming, you get scammed. I'm just playing. That RuneScape scamming though. I used to be scamming on RuneScape too, I'm not gonna lie. That was my worst business deals, were back in RuneScape. Yeah, Space Miner, I don't know if you know this, but Kenny's like my best friend in my personal life. Like, we went to school together, he stayed at my house all the time. He basically lived with me. That's my best friend, so just so you know. The good old days. All days are good. I gotta stop thinking like that myself, man. All days are good. Every day alive is a good day. Mid-Continent Steel and Wire. Magnum. Yeah, don't time Kenny out. He be trolling, but it's okay. Kenny gonna get hit with a wrench, bro. You gonna watch it. I got mods now, bro. I'm big time. My 3 viewers. Like ones that come into your channel and troll you. That just shows I'm not big time enough yet. I haven't had any trolls. Except one time. One time this dude got on my live and was like, bro, you look goofy. And I'm like, man, I'd love to see what you look like. Like, let's be real. OTG, yeah. Alright, Kenny. I think I'll be at the office by 11. So I might be getting off of here. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I hit the main places I wanted to hit today. Now it's just a matter of going to see the other ones. Amanda White. Who the hell's Amanda White? I hate this drive, man. Man, I'm getting blown up with calls and texts right now for work. I'm gonna have to get off of here for a bit. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I gotta go take care of some calls, man. I just got 3 phone calls to my work number. So I gotta go take care of some stuff. It's been real. Appreciate y'all stopping in. I'll if I hit the road again, I got a couple more clients to go see. I'll get back on here. So appreciate y'all as always. Get to work, stop playing. Right? You know, I told my boss, I'm like, if you ever want to see what I'm doing, just join my live, bro. You can see exactly what I'm doing. So, see y'all. Appreciate it.